Hello and welcome to episode number 11 of the Rising of Stockport County. I am recording this straight off the back of last episode, which was only 2 games, unfortunately, due to rescheduled matches. But from now on, you're only seeing games on camera, none off camera. Obviously, we drew against Fylde and won 5-1 against Halifax. If you have not watched the last episode, go and watch it. Even if you don't want to watch it all, then that's fair enough. But just go and check out that Fylde game and just go and check how we actually drew that game. It was a joke on a different level. But you're joining me for 3 games this episode, hoping to push for the playoff places. We've got Bournemouth as our first game, where I left off yesterday, not last episode, sorry. So we're inconsistent, but picking up our form. As Festus is going to come out for Hogan. Festus drops to the bench. Cowan can come in. Jackson is okay to play. Anyone else? I think I'm okay with that, to be honest. I know Lloyd, it seems unfair for Lloyd not to be getting within the starting 11. So I'll drop Cowan because Keane can play centre half, by the way. So I'll do that, and then we'll try and get Lloyd involved. And yeah, we're just gonna go with that. DeMeo and Osborne have been playing well in the midfield in the last few games. So let's get it going. Every game now till the end of the season is going to be a massive game. Like a huge game. So you do not want to miss an episode. If you get those notifications on, and just keep your eye out for the channel if we upload an episode, because they're going to be just really important games. Every single one, because we really want the playoffs to make an exciting end to the season for this first season on the Rising of Stockport County. So as you see here, we've still got a game in hand, so a win here will really help us with that game in hand for confidence as well. No highlights as of yet within the first half an hour. Still no highlights. This is a tad worrying, as we've got the first one with DeMeo to McAlinden, headed over the bar. First chance comes to us. We've been dominating. Why are we not getting more highlights? Look at the stats. That was one of the quickest first halves ever. I'm going to say assertively, I'm far from pleased from what I just saw. Head to the assistant. I know Osborne lost a bit of confidence, but the others are fired up. Hopefully we can nick a winner here. We're not creating enough chances, so I'm going to push these wingers forward. And I'm going to put Lloyd on as an attacking winger. Hopefully he can bring some spark. I think we just missed a highlight, but obviously didn't lead to anything. I'm going to go attacking as well. We are struggling here. My word, what is going on? I'm going to bring an Armstrong who scored in that last episode against Halifax. Can he maybe string us a winner today? Still no highlights. This is such a quick game, but we have one here. McAlinden crosses. Sousa can't win the header. Minihan has it. DeMeo, don't lose the ball. Minihan crosses. McAlinden. No. Sousa's coming off for Kuya. He's more suited to that role, but we're just going to have to play him there for now. And I'm going to put him as an attacking winger. Scored against Fylde last episode on his debut. What is going on here? We're going to drop points to Bournemouth at home. Oh, that is such a shocking game, man. Oh, dominated them. Struggling for goals. I want to say I'm disappointed. Say not good enough. We should have won. Now that game in hand, can't push on as much. See, a win now will put us 1 point ahead of Barrow. Really disappointing. Just not good enough at all. Did not create enough chances. You saw that game was so short. But we have to move on. Obviously, it's a great start that we've actually hit double figures in this series, which is obviously exciting. See that the series has kept going, and you guys have kept watching a lot of the episodes. So that's good. But we're gonna have a bit of a break here till the next game. 9 more days, so we take a little bit long to simulate through this. But But yeah, that game was so short that this will actually make the episode a little longer. Obviously, the last one I think was about 27 minutes long, so not too ridiculous. But here's some more games that we're not involved in. Eddie Clark man of the match. So this is going to be another game in hand on a few of the teams, I think. Let's have a look. See, now we have 2 games in hand. I'm sorry about this. Bug on my leg. I could feel that for ages. That was doing me head in. So look, 2 games in hand, and did Barrow lose? They did, but to Notts County. But I don't mind that because Barrow is more of an issue to us than Notts County at the minute. As Aldershot are actually running the league, by the way, with another win. So we've got games in hand on a few teams. But no matter what happens, these next, I think 3 episodes are obviously all the rest of the games from the season on camera. But no matter if any games get rescheduled or moved, I'm going to decline that. We're not doing anything with the transfer window. We are done. Yeah, no matter if they're rescheduled or not, there'll be 3 games an episode. But the games that you see might be different. Firstly, signing for Stockport and giving Afghanistan a debut. How exciting. So a few of the transfers made there. We weren't going to do anything. We don't have the money for it. The owners don't give us anything. So, that's, not great for us. Stockport set to lose Mulhern. Contract is coming up to an end. I do want to keep Mulhern for next year. I'm going to say he was a regular starter because look, his potential's out of this world. I'm going to say remove that. I'm going to remove that. See what he says. He's fine with that. Let's negotiate this contract then. Let's see if he wants a 2-year deal. I'm going to take that down to 600. Take that down to 775. And just move these down a little. That needs to go down. And that does as well. Nafi, that only wants a year. I'll keep that. I'll actually push that up. And I'll push that up and that up. Just so we can bring that down. And these. Does accept that. That's fantastic. I'm going to say I'll be sitting down in coming days. I'm making an offer. Just be delighted that he's going to remain soon. Yeah, I do want to try him because obviously you can see his potential there, 5-star potential. That's fantastic. Could really do with that. But obviously that game was so frustrating though that we've just played. We didn't create enough. So I'm gonna move those wingers back up more, I think. But then we did play that style in the last episode and we won 5-1. So for me, it's a question of getting the balance right, I think. More games that other games that we're not going to be involved in. There could be like 3 games in hand on certain teams here. This is ridiculous. Let's have a look. Yeah, look, we've got 3 games in hand on Barrow. Aldershot lost their second game of the season as well to Eastleigh. That's a little bit frustrating. Barrow drew. So it's just down to this is putting all the pressure on us, really, if we're being honest. All the pressure is on us to make these games in hand count. We know what we have to do because obviously other teams have played, but we need to be the ones that are have to pounce on these, as we are set to be given another contract. I'm going to start negotiations because obviously we want to be here as long as we can. I want to try and see if we can go 2 years, see if we can get $1,000. Promotion wage rise, I want 20%. Relegation wage wage drop 25%. So it was to get top half and then eventually the playoffs. But we're striving for playoffs now. If they could drop that and just raise that once and then give me a 1-year deal, yeah, that is fantastic. Right, so we signed a new contract. That is really good. They have faith in me. I say delighted I've signed a new deal. Coming to the second game of the episode. This is where it starts to get interesting now, and especially in the National League when it comes to the playoffs, or going for playoffs. Next year, even if we don't get the playoffs, if we don't get promoted from the playoffs, if we get there, I still want to try and go professional, if I can. So we're going to proceed onto the Harrogate game, the second game of the episode. Make sure you like, and if people are looking for a Football Manager series to watch, let them know. There's one right here. I'll sort contracts out at the end of the season. These are fantastic players, by the way, to look at and scout when they release a lot of the youngsters. I found some absolute gems through released youngsters from these clubs. Just honestly, just scout them all. You'll find one gem from somewhere. Sorry, this will just take me a second. So let's scout all of these. Last one, there we go. Honestly, some of them, they might not even look good, but give them a year or two, then they just become insane. So here we go. Here's our first game in a while, so everyone should be raring to go. But I'm going to play more of an attacking play today. I'm going to move Sousa up as well. I'm going to play that for now. On the bench, I'm going to bring on Adam Thomas. Cowan I want on the bench as well, but there's no real room for him, to be honest. It's what I don't like about the National League, how you'll have 5 subs. But I think that's what I'm going to go with. Maynard is coming back from international duty, actually, so it's good to I've noticed that. And obviously we're going to bring on Turnbull, the captain. But we're going to go for that. Obviously, Lloyd lacking a little bit of match sharpness. So Hogan is the captain for today's game. But I'm going to say passionate. I'm going to say we could fall out of the playoffs. I want to say I want a good performance. Because we need the 3 points here. It's massive, this game. First highlight within a minute. Hopefully it's not for Harrogate and it's for us. And it could be. DeMeo Curran. Fair to say that was slightly wide. As we've got Danny Lloyd. He's got an assist in him all the time. But obviously not that time as it was headed away. But he's on the ball again. He's got Clark to his left. Uses him. Lloyd. Will he shoot? Crosses. Sousa, Curran. DeMeo, Clark, McAlinden. What a finish. Sails it under the goalkeeper. It's a fantastic goal. Very scrappy, but I don't mind it. What a finish. 15th goal of the season. Obviously, we've not seen as much as Niall Bell due to Armstrong coming in, but hopefully to get Niall Bell back involved very soon. But good start. We're winning. That's all we need. I don't care how we win, if I'm going to be honest, especially after the mid-season form we had, which every team would go through, but it seems like it hit us the hardest. Look how many games we've got in hand on certain teams. We really need to make these count. I know this isn't a game in hand because it's a weekend game, but when they do come up, we do need to make them count. Look at them. They're so tired as well compared to us, because obviously a lot of these teams are having more games than us right now, but Eriko Sousa gets his second goal of the season. Obviously, he was signed 2 yards out, to be fair to him, but he scored 2-0. If we can make it 3 before half-time, that'd be fantastic. But it could be 2-1 as Curran's lost possession in the midfield. Good ball, to be fair. Good save from Ben Hinchliffe. And we go 5th ahead of Barrow, and we've got 2 games in hand on them. 2 game in hand on them. And I think Barrow aren't playing, so it doesn't matter. That highlight came to nothing. In at half-time, I'm just going to say, just try and stay focused. I know some of them didn't really respond to that, but it's true. You just got to stay focused. Look how tired they are compared to us. Obviously, that will happen to us very soon. Obviously, not to that extent, because I have faith in my team to rotate. But we're going to bring on Keane at centre-back for Hogan, because he's got a booking. And I'll say Minihan's okay to stay on. Hopefully, he won't get sent off now. I've said that. This is another highlight. Palmer has to head back to Hinchliffe. But yeah, make sure you are checking out the commentaries I'm doing of the Premier League on my channel. As McAlinden puts it wide. Obviously, this series and the commentaries putting together, getting out the content for you guys. Obviously, this is really getting to the exciting part of the season. Like, you need to be watching the episodes from now on. This is where it's going to become, like the nitty-gritty part, where we've got to be winning every game, or at least picking up points if we can. As it's Lloyd. Obviously, dropped for a few games in the starting 11. No fault of his own, just a tactical change. He's been injured a little bit. But hopefully he can get back in the starting 11 and start bagging those assists again, as we've gone 2-1 up. But due to a goal being conceded, that's why we're 2-1. Look how tired they are. We can't let this slip. I don't want to be Steven Gerrard quoting myself here, but my word, we can't throw this out the window. With Sousa over this side, I'm going to bring on Thomas on the right. Thomas has had a decent season as well when he's played. It's going to go balanced for now. Look how tired they are. Look at that. We can't concede to them when they're that tired and we're so fresh compared to them. But we know what happened against Fylde, so I'm not saying anything until that whistle goes. Big win. Dominated again. Just need to work on our defensive plays, I think. We're going to be looking at centre-back next season to go alongside Hogan, because Palmer doesn't seem to be cutting it in certain areas, especially if we go to League 2, if that even happens. But we will continue to the last game of the episode, and it's a massive game. Chesterfield, who are third at home, now into the month of April. Eddie Clark got second in the Player of the Month. That's cool. But he gets Young Player of the Month. I'm going to obviously congratulate him on that, the loanee. We'll be looking to bring him in on loan next season as well. It's nice to win it, but there's no reason why I can't play better. Okay, I think that's a you problem, Eddie Clark. If you've got a problem with yourself, the fact that I'm saying that you've done well to win a Player of the Month. But 40 grand is that's what the wage was worth. But he signed a new deal. He will be a real asset to this team. I wanted to bring him in the start of the season, but couldn't recall him from his loan. He looks a proper player. He's done well as well at Boston in the league below. Obviously, I can't recall there. But next season, he'll have a massive part to play, hopefully. Obviously, his Armstrong will go back to Salford. And I don't think I'll be looking to bring him in again. So yeah. As I'm not sure when this will be uploaded. It'll more than likely be Monday. Because episode 10 should be out Saturday. This one should be out Monday, hopefully. But we'll just have to see how it goes with the schedule. Don't quote me on that. It could change. But I'm going to attend this press conference. I'm going to say, I don't think so. Just chatting about my team. The team is playing with freedom and great confidence. The form won't last forever. They probably won't like that comment saying it won't last forever. There we go. Just get it done. Because I would skip press conferences, but then they have a go at you for not going. So then you just might as well just get it done. As long as you don't create any negative energy, then it doesn't matter. Clark not doing well in training. Lloyd not doing well in training again. It's a bit of a worry. He didn't play too well in the last game. I'll probably drop him if I'm going to be honest. Saving the game, which is all good. But we're on to the last game of the episode. Ooh, we have found... Ooh, we've got some good players here on youth intake. Wow. Some real good players. I'm going to approach to sign this guy. Youth contract, 2 years. Fine, have that. This guy looks good. No. Approach to sign this guy as well. Youngster, youth contract for a year. Fine by me. This guy as well looks okay. Get him signed. Youth contract, lovely. And the last one I think I'll do is this guy. Youngster, youth contract, fine. And I think that's what we'll leave it at that for now. But that's a good youth intake. They're usually shocking, usually. So I keep it to my nose. I don't know why. But here we go. Next game. If we can get a result here, this is really going to stamp a bit of authority on our season of how we will hopefully be getting playoffs. Obviously, 6 games left after this of the season. That involves 2 episodes of games until the playoffs, hopefully. And I don't really want to change anything, if I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to go with the same. I know that means Maynard's going to miss out. Actually, I'm going to bring on Maynard for Turnbull actually on the bench. But Kuyar, I'm going to put him on for Thomas. I like Kuyar. I know he's only played 3 games with us, or 2 or 3 games, but I really liked his role that he's played in some of our games. I'm going to say passion. I'm going to say the media give us a lot of attention, go and give a worthy display. Biggest game of the episode and biggest game for a while we've had. I have gone positive and I'm going to just leave that. But a win here will put us on 71 points and it'll just give us a massive, massive advantage on Barrow. Obviously as well on 6. So obviously Torquay is 6 points behind us, and we've got to be sure we're going to get playoffs. We're absolute meltdown if we don't get playoffs this season. Obviously, cause a great end to the first season in the series. As we have a first highlight of the game, comes at Chesterfield in possession, but we win the ball back. Connor DeMeo, Souza, Curran, McAlundon's played in, and he scores 16th goal of the season. Curran with another assist, and we've took the lead. And our form is finally back after a shocking mid-season run of games without winning 2.5 months and without winning 11 league games. We're back on track. We're up to 5th. We've got games in hand. It's going to be fantastic. Obviously, I've recorded the last 2 episodes back to back, but the next one will be on a different day. So I'll have to wait to see what happens in the next few episodes. Well, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be Souza. Crosses towards McAlundon. Headed down. McAlundon again! 2-0, and he's finally found form in the most important time of the season. Come on. Getting at half-time 2-0 up. Fantastic. Say passionate, I'm going to say I'm very pleased. Keep it going. Get out for the second half. Corner. Lloyd. Away. Souza. Blocked by Morton. Can we keep it or win it back? Seems like we can't at the minute. Coddington. Strange name, but you know, it's his name nonetheless. Curran to McAlinden for the hat-trick. Oh, good save. I don't really want to change anything, to be honest. In the 65th minute, I'm going to make a change. Go a little, not more defensively, but more resolute in the midfield. Just going to bring off Lloyd for Jackson and Souza for Kuyat, and I'm going to just drop them into winger positions like that. And then later on in the game, I'm going to bring on Keane as the holding midfielder for Curran, just to give us a little bit more protection just in case anything happens. But look at the stats again. This gegenpress has really worked for us since changing tactics. And Barrow, are they winning? They are winning, Barrow. So still 2 games in hand, but we're a level on points with them. But it seems like we're going to be coasting to a victory here. Look at the players tired again. Shows how good we are in terms of our preparation, despite not even being a professional club and training twice a week. Well, there we go. We have won. What a victory and what an episode. We needed this so badly. And we've got it, as we will continue. Look in the inbox. Solihull Moors have secured a playoff spot. McAllen, I'll praise him assertively, saying you were well, you played well up front. Suggested that complacency from his side was the cause of your good result today. Supply the same applies. Just whatever, just chatting, isn't he? Just whatever. But this is where it's going to get tight now. So I'm going to leave here. But look at this form. Unbeaten in the month. Started the month off with a win. But look, 7th, 10th, 13th, 18th, 21st, 25th. Tight schedule. And remember what happened when we made a tight schedule last time? Started a downfall of form we didn't need. So next episode is huge. This episode is massive, but the next 2 probably even bigger. We're going to have Wrexham away, Bromley at home, Barrow at home for episode 12. And then for episode 13 is Sutton, Solihull, Maidenhead. And hopefully by the time we play those games, we've got a playoff spot. And episode 14 and probably 15 will consist of playoff games. And then hopefully episode 16 will be pre-season. But for now, this is the end of the episode. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Be back for the next episode, which I'm not sure when it will be. But whenever it is, make sure you're there, like and subscribe. And I'll see you for the next episode of The Rising of Stockport County.